We go roll call, please.
Mr. Miller? Here. Mr. Newman? Ms. Cantrell?
Here.
Bernard?
Here.
Mr. Phillips?
Here.
Ms. Ramsey?
Here.
Council Palakis?
Here.
Oh, Mr. Chair.
Okay. First things is approval of the minute of July 13, 2016.
Actually, go ahead. The date, go ahead.
September 22nd. Okay. Oh. Okay.
I have a small adjustment.
Yes.
Page 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth row down. Third row down from that. And I have it on here. I can hand it to you, too. It says would have to be moved, and I would like that to be changed to was positioned in order to allow, because it was already positioned that way.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Approval of the minutes, September 22nd, 2016, with the changes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes with the changes.
I got a second from Mr. Paspalakis. Motion approved. Could we get a project development update, please?
Okay. As far as the projects, we had a little hurricane come through here, and unfortunately that and having the Biketoberfest come right afterwards created a bit of a problem for us in terms of putting everyone together here last time, and we had to cancel. But we did spend quite a bit of time out there with the damage that did occur. It was more extensive, I think, than we might have read in the newspaper. If you looked on top of roofs, most people don't look on those flat roofs, but there's extensive damage on some of these roofs right now. So, yeah. So we're it wasn't just the awnings and the signs and that sort of thing. One of the things that happens when signs and awnings and some of these things come down, not all of them could go back up because they're non-conforming, and so Mother Nature sometimes takes care of some of the changes that happen out there. On the other hand, a lot of people that are dealing with this, the city's trying to be reasonable about trying to get things done in the hardship, and so what we've done is we've removed the fee for the building permits. You have to get your permit, but you don't have to pay for it. You can waive that fee right now. So the commission took that action. I think it goes to December 10th. I wouldn't be surprised that it gets extended again, so that I know I lost my roof, and I'm probably going to be into next year before the contractor actually shows up to take the blue tarp off. So, yeah. So there's a lot of people in that situation, and we'll hopefully make some progress there. Part of that cleanup that we're doing too is allowing us to go back in and clean up some of the things that were there before. There was brush piles, as some of you know about, that have been sitting there a long time. And part of this is to get in there and clean it up. We've got the Greek festival coming up here. Tomorrow it starts, Thursday, and so that is something that we needed to make sure was cleaned up. So you should have seen some of the work being done out there the last few days, so that we can get ready for that. And then I want to speak directly to the Earl Street, because we had a discussion about that again today to try to get some numbers on what it is that we can do to get the medians cleaned up along that street, because that is an area that's we do this from time to time. We've gone down some of the north-south roads in that Seabreeze neighborhood between Oak Ridge and the Ocean Center. So we're going to focus in on doing some of the improvements along with the sidewalk. The sidewalk is missing some sections, or they're pretty beat up, and so we're going to be coming back in and making some improvements. And we're just waiting for the estimates to be provided to get that work done. So that's that project. There's a Kemp Street was another project that we've looked at that is on hold right now. There's some work that's been done over at the Streamline. You might have noticed that the sidewalks went in around. The parking lot is done. So they're continuing to try to get on schedule for opening up for the Speed Weeks coming up in January and February. And so that's going to be a major step forward to get that done. And the owner has acquired some of the additional property in that area that's going to create some new opportunities for the Main Street area. So that's a good thing. So I don't have anything else other than the Proto Group garage. And that's probably been the most noticeable structure out there now. It's far from done. You're seeing the bones, the skeleton of the structure go up now, and they're kind of fitting together like Lincoln logs, and it's quite impressive to see how that's going up as quickly as it is. And we're looking forward to the next step, which is really to put on the pieces, the louvers, and some of the landscaping around it that's going to provide more of the aesthetic look that we approved some years ago now. So I think that is pretty much the report for now. Oh, one more. Bring you up to speed on the longboard. The applicant, after we met on September 22nd, came back and wanted to do a couple things in terms of waivers, and they requested that they proceed with special events and that they could have out there. And they also wanted to have a provision in there because they were moving along with the first phase in the restaurants, and in fact have now submitted for 2 restaurants. We have a site plan, preliminary site plan, that's now being reviewed. And so what they're trying to do is make sure that they can, within the 60-foot setback from the seawall to the building line, be able to, with the approval of the city commission and the approval of the state, place in that area some the outside seating, some of the awnings that go over and out. So some things would extend beyond that would be the outdoor features for seating. Also, the tiki bars, those huts you see that are out there, typical in some resorts, they're looking for that as well. So that's kind of the key of what they're trying to do now, and build it to the existing T1 zoning standards. And so that has to actually, that waiver has to go in and be approved by the planning board and the city commission. Planning board has already sent its recommendation on for approval, and the city commission moved it from second reading last week, and they'll be hearing it in this following week at their next meeting at a public hearing. And just to mention, I said something about special events. That section was dropped by the applicant before the planning board took its action. So that won't be a part of this request.
So, Mr. Berger, so there is a site plan?
There is a site plan. I have the site plan with me here right now.
Okay.
So that is in the office, and we're reviewing that plan.
And so what I just understand is that they want to build beyond the seawall?
No. they want to. There's if you go 60 feet west from the seawall, that area is essentially supposed to be free and clear, except for swimming pools and a few other exceptions that can be of what can be built there. And what they're saying is we would like to place a few more accessory structures in that area, not the building, the principal building of the restaurant itself, but some of the extension of the outdoor seating. So,
Like a standalone bar, like a little
Yes,
studio.
yes, please.
Could you tell us a little bit more about Earl Street? If the city's planning on doing cleanup, fix-up, is that a one-time thing, or is it going to be a routine thing? Because I live on the corner of Earl Street and Halifax, and anytime you walk down there, there's always glass, broken bottles, trash, and things like that. So if the city just did it one time, that really wouldn't work that much because it needs to be done on a regular basis. And the other thing I'd like to know about is, what about the church? What about the pending sale on that? Is there anything happening on that?
there's no update on the church. We've had some people come in and make some inquiries, but nothing has come back into the office in terms of some proposal official. Well,
another question is there's at least one house that I understood was scheduled to be demolished, and it still isn't. I thought you said the Greek church was going to put borders all around that parking area. Nothing has happened there. Is that something that's still going to happen, that they're going to remodel that?
It's my understanding, yes, they are following through on that. I think they're working on the financial issues for getting that accomplished right now.
So nothing is really scheduled?
I can't tell you without going back and asking them again when they're going to commit.
It's an area that just really, really needs to be fixed up. With the Greek Fest starting tomorrow, which is an incredible celebration, and the food is great, but you wouldn't want anybody to be walking over from the Hilton, because if they came down Earl Street, that's a miserable walk. It's not a safe walk at night either. So hopefully, if the city is working on that, they will progress it so that it is improved, that whole area.
Yes.
Is there hope?
But I don't have a schedule. But the answer is yes. They're focused now. Public Works is focused on it. In terms of the longer term maintenance, I don't have an answer on where they're going to make changes in the regular maintenance of that area versus any other area, whether it's on our Beachside or in Midtown. It's a resource issue about getting people out there and cleaning up those areas.
Can we expand on that?
Yes, please.
Not just Earl Street, but all the streets in the CRA. Isn't there money in the CRA to clean the streets in the CRA? On a regular
No.
Well, shouldn't there be?
No, because
shouldn't the streets be cleaned?
They should, but it's not the CRA does provide some maintenance costs, and those are related to areas where there have been CRA improvements. So, for example, the boardwalk and some of the other areas that are paid for by the CRA. That's like a streetscape area.
So is it only the commercial streets of the CRA?
A few of them that have where you see the pavers and some of the decorative lighting.
Well, they clean A1A, right?
The city does.
Oh, the city, not the CRA.
The CRA does in some sections of A1A, but we got to be careful. It's where you see the pavers and the decorative lighting where we've made investments and we're maintaining those investments.
Okay.
But no, we are not maintaining the areas beyond what we've improved. Okay, that is the responsibility of the city and the city treasury, the budget, to take care of the rest of the city. And so we only deal with what we call the enhanced
CRA enhanced areas.
improvements.
So we
Right.
should be talking, all the people that are living on the residential streets and they're never being cleaned, we should actually be talking to the city. That's a department that's
Well,
responsible
sure,
for cleaning
sure.
the streets.
We cannot.
We should be filing our complaints
Right.
with them, right?
The statute's very clear that the CRA cannot substitute for the general services and funding that the city provides for, say, maintaining streets, fixing streets.
So we would just, the group of us and the neighbors that are walking on these streets, we would just address it to the city. What department do we, a street department?
Yeah, it would be Public Works.
Public Works,
Sure.
okay. That's
Sure.
David
Waller. Yes.
Because on Seabreeze, which we all went in and a lot of neighbors went in there and cleaned it up one time, the dog feces is so bad, we're about 2 blocks there on the north side, that you literally can, in the summertime, you literally cannot walk down that side of the street. It's impossible. I mean, it's a real health issue. It's really bad. So we'll just direct that to David Waller, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
operations.
Because I was thinking it was the CRA, in the CRA area. Okay, fine, that's all I wanted to know. Thanks.
Welcome.
Okay. If you don't mind, Mr. Ray, I just want to come back to to what we were talking about earlier. So I understand that they want to use accessories for the restaurants, tables and chairs, so making the seatings much larger.
They're going to want to provide a number of areas where you can sit and enjoy refreshments and sandwiches, whatever they're serving at the restaurant,
So
and bring
making
it
the
outside.
Capacity much bigger.
Yes, their seating capacity would be
That's-
enlarged.
Okay, that's what I want to.
Yes, sir.
So they're going to have an outside terrace so the seating is going to be much bigger than what the original plan says.
Outdoor seat.
Well, there's no the original. There is
What
no.
I'm saying is, I'm sorry, not the original plan. The plans that you have, that they're asking for now, is to extend the outside.
Yes, what they're saying is within that 60 feet, they would
Yes.
like to be able to have the use of that area for the outdoor seating, the extension of the awnings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
There'll be more people.
the homeless people could not sit on those, right? I mean, it's because it's private property, right?
That's really a management issue for the operator.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Sure.
private property. It's not like the benches in front of the convention
Right.
center.
Right.
Okay.
That's Mr.
Okay.
Finished.
I'm
Okay.
done.
We can go to public comments now, if anybody has something to say. Okay. How about the board comments? Linda? No?
Well, I hope everybody out there fared well through the hurricane. I know a lot of people had some damages and stuff, so I just want to say to everybody, even on the board, that I hope you fared well through it and everything works out for you.
Same here. I lost my roof also, and glad to see everybody's still here and safe. And I've been watching that photo group, man. I've been eating breakfast at the IHOP, and I've been watching that thing go up. It's very amazing to watch that.
Yeah, the way they're putting it is.
No comment.
No comment. Dina?
One question for Reed. Do we know what the 2 restaurants are going to be yet?
No.
No, they're still undisclosed. And then I want to ditto with the parking garage. I drive by there every morning, and it's like I'm following the big trucks with the long pieces of cement
Yes.
off of, I don't know where they're fabricating them. It's just amazing how quick that has gone up. To be honest, it's very
We have a Lego company here in town, except instead of Legos, it's
big
cement.
old tractor. And
Yep.
I was always figuring, okay, well, how are they going to get the last piece on there? But then they blocked the road.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
2 days, I think.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Okay. Well, I'd like to say the same thing as everybody else. I'm glad everybody survived. I'm sure everybody has damage, and all I want to say is thank God that if everybody realized what it was 24 miles offshore, Daytona shore. If it would have hit us straight on, I don't know if people realize how bad it would have been, but the prediction was going to be all the way down past the bridges, from the ocean past the bridges. So I'm sure everybody got some damages. I'm glad everybody's okay, and I'm glad everybody's here. That's exactly back to work, yes. So if there is anything else, yes, please,
I
Dean.
hope everybody does come to the Greek Festival. The tuned in very, very
Oh, you can count on that. For the past 20 years.
I'm in the kitchen from 2 o'clock to midnight every night.
Oh, then we go. Hold on, mix it. Then we make sure we don't.
Good, bad, you can take me aside and
Tomorrow, absolutely. That is a tradition.
There
Well,
was
yes.
there was one historic event
Yes, please.
that was recent, and I
Yes.
want to just say, Cubs win, Cubs win.
Mr.